You all should have finished putting your fabric on your brim. And what I just did with my brim is I just cut out the underside, clipped around, and now what I've done is taken all the tabs and bent them up like this. Now I've kept all my markings on here. I'm going to wait till I sew the crown to the brim before I take all the bastings off. So I still have the center front and the center back marked. Here's the center back right here. So now we're going to take our crown and match the center back, and we're going to turn it over like this. And what I like to do is pin it together. So you'll pin the center front and the center back. And that, I'm going to put 2 pins in there. So we'll bend the tabs over and we're going to put them inside of the crown. And then I'm going to go down here and do this one, marking them. Marking the, matching the center front and the center back with the tailor tacks that we made. So we're going to match the other side. I'm just taking the pins and putting them through both the tab and the crown. After we do this, then I'll show you how to make your lining. We're going to make a tailored lining to go inside of the hat. And so now that is on there like that. The tabs are all in the inside. And now what we're going to do is a stab stitch. So I'm going to show you how to do a stab stitch. So get a thread, a double thread threaded with a knot, and make sure you wax it, and we'll get started doing that. Okay, we finished pinning the crown to the brim, and we have a needle threaded with a double thread, and we're going to, each one of these tabs, we're going to do a slanted basting stitch. So the stitch will come across the tab, start here and come down. Let's see if you can see it. It'll start here and come down to there. We're going to go through, all the way through to the other side. And if you want to do it so that you're not going to put anything on the other side, then you're going to have to do stab stitches here. So a stab stitch is you go through the same hole but at a different angle. So I just came through this direction underneath here, and now I'm going to go this direction with a stab stitch. And so I'm going to go to the next, I'm going to go to the next tab to put it down. I got to see the thread, there it is. And so now I'm going to come up here, and I always take my my pins out as I'm going along. So now I'm going to do another slanted stitch here. So I'm coming, I came in there And I'm going down here on the tab. Now if you don't want to worry about your stitches, then you can do a slanted basting stitch here also, and go back when you're done and cover it with a ribbon, or you can cover it with a bias strip of fabric here. So you could just not worry about your stitches at all. Now if you are worried about them, then you would do a stab stitch. And when you're doing a stab stitch, you want to make sure that you don't pull it too tight, because it'll create a dimple. So I came in here and I'm going down here. So this is my tab. So here we are on the other side. And now I'm waiting till I get done with this, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to take out all my basting with a seam ripper. Now, I usually find that it's not attaching as well as I'd like it to, so usually what I'll do is go around a second time. You want to make sure that it's really attached nice and tight here, so that you'll get a good fit to your head. If you leave this loose or it's not attached really well, it's going to not fit your head correctly. Okay, finish going all the way around with your slanted basting stitch on this side, and then when you go through to the other side, you'll do either a stab stitch or a slanted basting stitch here. And so you can cover this, like I said, with a ribbon or by a strip of fabric. You don't need to worry about your stitches. Finish going all the way around doing that, and then I'll meet you back and we'll put the lining together, and I'll show you how to do that to put on the inside. Okay, happy sewing!